Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Royal Rumble. We got a great one here for you tonight. It is Disney, only Disney. Now it could be properties owned by Disney, but it is only Disney. So we got 30 superstars here. It's going to be a really good one. And I didn't do this for DJ. I know DJ's going to love this, but I actually did it because I had an account with about 15 of these guys. And I was like, why not download another 15? And it was actually quite hard coming up with some people. So I had to borrow from Pixar and some other places also. But we're going to kick things off. And I already know who number one is, unfortunately. And it is Mike. And look, Mike's got the moves like Jagger. Look at him go. Wow, he thinks he's Elvis or something. But anyway, we'll talk about this. I had to basically, it was harder finding people this time around. Last time around, it was pretty easy, and I know it's only been a few months, but still, there's not a lot of creations out there. Not a lot of creations out there, and we're kicking things off with Mike. And who's going to be number two? Who's going to face off with Mike here? And it is Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan had his own series. Technically, Disney owns Star Wars right now because they bought it from George Lucas. So I didn't put a lot of Star Wars in. I put about 2 people in, and I put about 1 person in from Marvel. So because I didn't want to rely off of it. I wanted to have as much good Disney property as I could get, and I have a lot of Pixar. I had to get a lot of Pixar because I didn't have enough people. It really can't. And, of course, I forgot Mr. Incredible. I will go ahead and let you all know. Don't expect him. I actually somehow forgot him. But it's Mike and Obi-Wan we're kicking things off with. And there's going to be some new faces. Not a lot of new faces, though. And Mickey Mouse is number 3. So, yeah, I think on 23 or 22, I had one of the best rosters ever. And here's my opinion on Disney. So if you want to hear it from the man himself, here we go. Because there's a lot of political war going on with Disney right now. And here's my honest opinion. It doesn't matter who you cast if you can't write. Plain and simple. You know, people argue about the whole woke thing and all that stuff. I don't have time for politics, okay? I'm here to have fun, okay? I don't have time for that crap. But if you can't write, you could cast anybody. You can cast Abraham Lincoln. You can cast, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, anybody. It doesn't matter who you cast. You can cast the greatest actor of all time, greatest actress of all time. It does not matter. If you cannot write a story, it will fail. And that is the problem with Disney. They cannot write. They're having writing issues and execution issues with directing and stuff. It's not the cast's fault. They've had some really good casting, I think. It's just where these stories are going is just unbelievable. And they have money. That's the sad thing. They have money to put on great shows and great movies, and they're just not taking advantage of it. Now, Pixar, they're doing good. But what they're doing with Star Wars and Marvel right now is a travesty. It's an absolute travesty. And we got Baymax here. We brought Davy Jones back. We got Buzz. We got a lot of cool people here. And number 7 is Goofy. And I love the Goofy movie. I like their old stuff. I like the old classics. I like Lion King. I like, I love the movie Dinosaur. I love that movie. That was a really good movie. And just the classic stuff I really like, and I love the Pixar stuff. They're still doing that pretty well. It's just all this other stuff. It's the stuff outside of Disney that they bought. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Marvel. It's all that stuff they are struggling with right now. And I want them to succeed. I do. But right now, they're not doing a good job. Not at all. And some of the decision making that they have, I didn't like that they fired Depp. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Maybe things have changed by now, but I didn't like that whole situation. So, and Baymax has been eliminated. Obi-Wan and Buzz working together there. So, it has nothing to do with the politics. I give everything a chance. If you can't write, you can't write. It's just plain and simple. And we've seen moments of greatness with the Mandalorian, but then you take the new trilogy, it's not good. The first movie was really good. The other two weren't. And that's where writing comes into play. Boba Fett's another one, the Book of Boba Fett. And more like the Book of Bumma Fett. It was a complete bum of a show. They did have a great moment in that. They have these little sprinkles of great moments, like with Cad Bane. That was a great scene with Cad Bane. But then they just dropped the ball. They continue to drop the ball. And, people want to get all political with it because, you have to be political about everything now. But the fact is, it's just the writing and the execution at the end of the day that has the problem. It doesn't matter who you cast. If you don't have good writing, if you don't have good delivery on, budgets, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of budgets. If you can't deliver with hundreds of millions of dollars, then that's your fault. So yeah, they definitely need some new people involved in their creative. In my opinion. That's my opinion. You all can let me know what you feel about that. And number 9 is Wreck-It Ralph. I've never seen that. I still haven't seen that movie. I'm not big into animation like I was. I mean, I can still enjoy certain things, but I really lean toward Pixar if I'm going to go animated with stuff. Because usually I just like adult cartoons. And I know anyone of any age can enjoy this stuff. And Woody's number 10. Woody is number 10. So we got Buzz and Woody. I can't believe I forgot Mr. Incredible. And there was some really good surprises on here. There's going to be some big surprises. One in particular that I just could not believe was made. They did a really good job with that one. And you'll see who that is. They'll probably come in later, I would say. Because I haven't seen them yet. The thing I hate about this is, before you start these, you get to see the first 8 people. I hate that. That is just a bummer because I know what's coming ahead of time. And Stitch is number 11, one of my all-time favorites. You talk about Disney classics, that's another great one, Lilo and Stitch. And Goofy has been eliminated because he's goofy. And the Goofy movie's fun. I like that one too. We need the old school stuff like that. And I know nowadays animation has upgraded, but it's like I said, it's all down to the writing. Inside Out 2 at the time I'm doing this is gonna be coming out soon. I bet it'll do good because it's Pixar, and I do enjoy those movies. Am I gonna probably go to the theater? Probably not. I'll probably wait until it streams, but I still love it. And Obi-Wan's still in this. Hey. Mike and Obi-Wan really standing tall in this. I can confirm we're not going to have Sully. We did get Mike, which is usually the opposite. Usually we get just Sully. But I still need to see Monsters University. I still haven't watched that. I like Incorporated. I love that movie. As a kid growing up, I loved it. As an adult, I love it. It just never gets old. And we got Robinson. He's from Meet the Robinsons. I've never seen that. I really don't have an interest in that. But I needed toward the end there, we got low on people, and I kind of wanted to lay off the same franchise if I could. And of course, I forgot Mr. Incredible. Shame on me. But I did not add Mr. Smee to this because we already have 2 from that movie that's going to be involved here. So Mr. Smee did not cut the list. And there goes Stitch. And number 13 is Jack Skeleton. Nightmare Before Christmas. So much for Jack Skeleton. Poor Jack Skeleton just got here. And you talk about a nightmare before Christmas. That was a nightmare before Christmas. That's what it was. That was a nightmare elimination. And Stitch is done. Skeleton's done. There goes Woody. So Woody's... Obi-Wan and Mike are really standing firm in this. And we'll see how far they can go. I always root for number 1 and number 2. They got the hardest path in winning. So we'll see what happens. And so much for trying to lift Wreck-It out. Oh my goodness. No point in doing that, trying that. Especially with those scrawny arms. And Alexander Hamilton's number 14. This is from the Hamilton musical that Disney did buy. I've never watched it. I know it has a lot of rap in it, which I would probably like, but I'm not going to sit. It's like, is it 2.5 or 3 hours long? I'm not going to sit there and, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's great. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. It's just too much. And I do like rap music, but I don't want to hear it for like 2.5 hours. I don't know. Maybe there's some singing. I'm not big on musicals. I'm going to see the Joker, and Timone's here. So his debut, we've never had Timon. We've never had Timon on here. And it's good to have him on here. We've had Scar and Mufasa, but we've never had Timon or Simba. And I was disappointed that we could not get those again. Those were some of my favorites. Those were some of the best ones I've ever seen. And I don't know if it was 23 or 22, but those had some of the best Disney roster. And there goes Mike. So Mike made it to 16. So that's impressive. Obi-Wan's still alive. Timon's going to try to get rid of him too. And we got Gaston in the house. Gaston. And Alexander Hamilton's hanging on for his life. And we got Tarzan at number 17. Big story about Tarzan. I'm sure I've told you. The cheetah, when I was a kid. Whew, you talk about scary. You talk about a great villain. That cheetah, or was it a leopard? I think it was a cheetah. May have been a leopard. I don't think so. Either way, it was terrifying. That when I was a child, that scared me to death. He did. And shame on him. Speaking of him, that's another one that scared me. From the Powerpuff Girls. Used to scare me to death. And Timon in trouble, and he's finished. He is finished. Means no worries when you're eliminated from the Rumble. because there's nothing more to worry about now. You're going back to the locker room. Akuma Matata. And number 18 is Jack Sparrow, which, like I said, Disney made a big mistake there. With the whole Johnny Depp trial. That was the most entertaining trial ever. It was. He was just great. He was like a rock star on trial. And people loved him. People loved him. And even let's say that, let's say he was the guy that Amber said he was. I think people would still believe him. They just like him so much. He's such a likable actor. And he's someone that's always been throughout my childhood. Throughout my adulthood, just in the entertainment business. And he's one of the greatest. He doesn't get enough credit that he deserves. He always plays a weirdo. He can never play normal people. But that's what makes him great. And yeah, I recently watched a lot of his movies, and it just, I didn't even mean to do it. It was just every movie I will watch, he was in it. Like I watched Corpse Bride for the first time recently, and I watched Public Enemies. Oh man, you talk about an underrated classic. Public Enemies is amazing. Hook is done. Tarzan's finished. And now we got The Kid from the Mighty Ducks, which I've actually, shame on me, have never seen. I've never seen it, unfortunately. And The Robinson Kid is done like I care. I don't care. I never had any desire to watch that movie. It's probably good. Yeah, but I watched Corpse Bride for the first time. I thought it was good for animation. I thought it was really good. Very entertaining. Had some really good moments. And the animation was great. Tim Burton, of course. You just cannot go wrong. Tim Burton is Johnny Depp's man. And, they are partners in crime. And I think Helen Bonham Carter, whatever her name is, she was in it too, I think. So that's another one of his partners in crime. And, that movie's just fantastic. It's just so good. And Public Enemies, don't even get me started how great that is. You mix him with Christian Bale, that's an all-star cast. And now we have number 20 is the Mando. Mando's number 20. I always forget his actual name. I think he has a name besides Ant-Man. I always forget it. I did get Grogu down there. I no longer call him Baby Yoda, so nobody can get mad. I got Grogu down. And number 21 is Frozone. I love Frozone. And it's a shame I didn't put Mr. Incredible in, but I put in Frozone. But Samuel L. Jackson's another iconic one. Just in everything. When I was growing up. And the thing, going back to Depp, I mean, when we're talking about my time when it was movies and stuff, we're talking about 2000 to 2020, those 20 years, that period. How much stuff did he do? I mean, how much has Sam Jackson done? Sam Jackson is amazing. He's one of the best. He's the best cusser of all time, too. And number 22 is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren from Star Wars. I don't know how I feel about Kylo Ren. I still feel like the writing killed him. It doesn't matter how good you are. The writing's going to kill you. Adam Driver's a great actor, and the character looks really cool. The saber looks really cool. And then the writer takes his pen and destroys it. Because that was the real Sith of that trilogy. The writing. And number 23 is Darkwing Duck. This was made by Lucas, by the way. Shout outs to him. He's a big cartoon fan, so he's a big fan of this, too. And growing up, I loved the show. has one of the best theme songs of all time. All time. Best theme song, like one of the best theme songs ever. I used to just rewind it just to listen to the song over and over again. Because it's that good. Obi-Wan's still in this thing. Sparrow is finished. What in the world, Obi-Wan? And I think he's vulnerable here. Man, he's still alive. I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping he's better than his show was. And number 24 is my boy Scrooge McDuck. Someone that I get called a lot. I actually get compared to Scrooge McDuck all the time because I'm stingy with my dollars. I'm very stingy. I don't want to spend money. I could always get a new PC. I don't want to do it. I would rather have that money. You know. My friend tells me all the time. He was telling me the other day, get Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And you know what I told him? I'm not paying $40 for a game. That's what I told him. And you know what I also told him? I said, give it 2 weeks and you won't be playing it. And we're going to see if it actually happens. At the time, it's been 1 week. About 1 week it's been out that I'm doing this. And Gaston is gone. And, yeah, he told me to get Killer Clowns, and I was like, no, I'm not paying $40 for an online game. There's very few games I'll pay $40 for. And there's very, like a handful of games I'll pay $60. Like the new Mortal Kombat's out right now. And it's like on sale for $28. I don't care. Or it's like $30 or something like that. I don't care. I'm going to wait until it gets even cheaper. Because I'm in no rush to play it. And it doesn't include the DLC. I want the DLC. I want Homeland. So I am Scrooge McDuck. I like saving my money. I don't like giving my money to anything. And it's a good lesson to learn. It's a good lesson to learn because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You don't. You always need to be prepared. And do I probably miss out on a lot of fun? Probably. But whatever. There's been times I've wanted to go on vacation and I just didn't. So, 26 is Dash. So I did put Dash in. That's what made me mad. I remembered Dash, but I forgot the dad. I think he didn't get downloaded or something. Because when I was picking people, I don't recall seeing it. So maybe I just didn't download him and I thought I did. And Kylo is done. I guess Obi-Wan's finished. Yeah. Well, he made it pretty far. He still made it pretty far. You got to give him credit. I don't know if I was just ranting and I just lost touch. And we got this guy from the Emperor's New Groove. I don't think we've ever had him. So that's cool. Man, this has been crazy. And this is actually going to last pretty long. Longer than usual, which is good because I don't like the short ones. But I don't like super long ones either, so. Remember that 1 hour and 20 minutes? That was just criminal. That was absolutely criminal that I had to do that. But it went down as one of the greatest. So. And Moon Knight's number 28. So yeah, I did include one Marvel. I could have put in more, but I wanted to get more creative about it. And Moon Knight has his own series because of Disney Plus. So that's why I chose him. I could have chosen anyone, but I wanted to go with him because of his series. And yeah. Look at Frozone. And Darkwing is done. What a run, though. And look at Moon Knight. Mando going after him. And decides not to. I hate when that happens. And Scrooge McDuck gets rid of that one dude from the Emperor's New Groove. And there goes Lotso. So they're flying out of here. They're flying out of here. I still think we have a couple more to go. Or do we? Moon Knight was 28. Yeah, we got a couple more, I think. So I'm trying to remember who's left. Who could be left? And it's Peter Pan, 29. By the way, his peanut butter is not goat. Jif is. So make sure you memorize that for the rest of your life. Because Jif peanut butter is the greatest peanut butter of all time. It's not even a question. By the way, I bought some Jif tonight. Right before I did this, I bought some Jif. And they do not sponsor. They do not sponsor. Just want to go ahead. But, hey, if they ever need one, if they ever need a shout out, I will, I love you guys. I love you guys. And 30 is... What in the world? Who is that? Oh, from Ratatouille. Yeah, this is the crazy one. This is the crazy one I couldn't believe. That's why I didn't recognize the name for a second. Yeah, that's crazy. They made the rat. So he's a life-size rat now. That's cool. And there were some other ones too. I will admit, there was some pretty bad ones on Community. Pretty bad ones. Pretty sad ones that I wouldn't even go near. But I thought that one was really cool. And Peter Pan is finished. He can go back to Neverland. And eat his peanut butter that's not as good as Jif. You'll never be Jif, Peter. You'll never be Jif. Go back to the locker room and eat a peanut butter sandwich with your bum peanut butter. And Frozone is done. I'm telling you all, Jif's the best. I will take it to my grave. I will take it to my grave. And one time I think they had an issue where they had certain dated Jif peanut butter, and they had a recall. That's what the word I was looking for. they had like some kind of recall, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't care what they put in that stuff. I don't care what they put in that stuff. But that was like a year or two ago, and it was a crisis because you couldn't buy Jif peanut butter. I thought it was the end of the world. That creamy peanut butter, I love it. And Scrooge McDuck, my boy, is going after Moon Knight here. I'm probably rooting for him. Yeah, I'm not rooting for number 30, and I really don't want to see Moon Knight win this. I really don't want to see him win. Because I feel like he's got like an advantage going into this. And the Rat, is he in trouble here? I love how they made him. I love how they made him. I mean, it's hard to make some of this. It's like borderline impossible. And he is finished. So he's done. And we're down to these three. That's all we got left. And I really don't want Dash. I'm definitely rooting for Scrooge McDuck, because I don't want Dash to win either. This has actually been a long one. And it's still not over. Oh, no way. Wow, I actually thought Moon Knight would win. Good job by Scrooge McDuck. Hanging in there. Wow. I thought there was no way these two could beat him. I thought they were finished. It didn't matter what number they were. I thought it was over. But, wow, they've overcome the odds. Number 30's done, but I'm still rooting for Scrooge McDuck. 100%. That is my boy. I don't know a lot about him, though, besides that he's stingy with his money. So he sounds like an awesome duck. But I do have that nickname. That is one of my nicknames. And Dash. Oh my goodness, what a counter. Good counter by Dash. And we are down to these two. It's going to be one of these two. Who is it going to be? And look at Dash striking away. I really don't want Dash. I'm not a big fan of Dash. I don't like people that run fast. I don't like him. I don't like Flash. I don't like people who run fast. I think it's dumb. So, of course, I'm rooting for the stingy duck. Didn't he play Ebenezer Scrooge one time? Like they had a version like that? I don't know. I don't know a lot about him. I don't think I've seen any of the movies he's in. So I've been told that I'm like him. One of my family members gave me the nickname. So, because I don't want to spend money. Dash is hanging in there. Unbelievable. And looks like he's going to go for a charge. And it works. All right. Scrooge McDuck wins. Let's go. He was like 24. So it's not, I mean, it's still better than most of the time. But he's not going to WrestleMania. He can dance all he wants. He's going to save his money. Instead of spending money for tickets at WrestleMania, he's going to save his money. He's not pointing at the sign. So that's a good thing. He's not pointing at the sign. So he's not going, and he knows better. Because he knows how expensive it is, and he does not want to get rid of any of that money or that gold or whatever he has. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. I know DJ probably loved it. But, wow, this was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a little bit long, but I thought it worked out really well. So, we'll have more to come. And, good win by Scrooge McDuck. And, we'll have more of these on the way. And I will see you all later.